Hello traders, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a top-down analysis on some currency pairs, Euro, US dollar, GPU, gold. We are going to be also looking at the weekly forecast on what to be observing during the week. All right, so basically you want to watch this video to the end if you want to catch very good moves. We are going to be forecasting plus 1000 peak moves in the future, in this particular forex pairs. So you want to follow this video to the end, and if you like videos like this, make sure that you subscribe to this channel by turning on the subscribe button and notification bell so that you don't miss out anytime I'll be bringing a new video. Okay traders, welcome to my channel. I am Full Kingsley. By the grace of God, I bring to you guys strategies, tutorials on the forex market, volatility indices, metals like gold, Nasdaq, VIX75, many other instruments. You want to subscribe to your channel by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell to not miss out. So this is the daily time frame. All right, so we go further to the weekly time frame. We are going to start from the weekly time frame, and then we are going to analyze right down to the 1 hour, the 15 minutes, whatever time frame you're entering, right? But you need to start your analysis from the bigger time frame, right? So if you look at this, Euro US dollar in front of us, we have, in the weekly time frame, we can see that price is moving, price is moving like in a symmetrical triangle. So when you go to a bigger time frame like this, what you do is you mark out your key levels, right? So you first of all connect all of the major zones like this. You can see we have this trend line here, which indicates that price is actually moving within, this zone. So we can also connect from the top, right? So from the top, you are going to see that price is actually respecting. So we have something like a symmetrical triangle in the weekly time frame, right? So with that, we know that, okay, once price hit this top, it's going to come down. It hits the top above, it moves, and we have a possibility of price coming down to hit the beneath and then go up. This is going to help us in a smaller time frame, right? So we move further to the daily time frame. In the daily time frame, we are going to see that, all right, we have this almost the same patterns, but this time around our trend is going to gradually be defined. So what we do is we still connect the measure zones that we have, right? This is the daily, so it's kind of, we are using our trend lines as well. Okay, so you can see the patterns in which price is moving, and you see now that most likely you see that price will move up, respect, it comes and respect, and it most likely goes up and then respect, right? So we also make sure that we mark out all our horizontal support and demand zones, or support and resistance zones here. You can see that price has rejected here more than twice, and when it happens like this, price is most likely going to find rejection whenever it gets back to this zone here. All right, so we just mark out there. At this point in time, we have this to be our extreme high and our extreme low based on the daily time frame, and also this is like our daily time frame demand zone here, right? So we can just connect as much as possible so that we can wait for trading opportunities in the smaller time frame. So what we do now is we move further, right? We move further. You can drop now to the H4 time frame. So to the H4 time frame now, we are going to see a defined trend, right? So a defined trend, we have what, an uptrending market based on the daily time frame, right? Now you can see price creating series of high, the H4, because this is where we actually determine our trend, especially for day traders. You see now that price is creating series of higher highs and higher lows, and then if you look at it, last week price was able to break through a key zone when the news release came out, and we had a weaker gold on NFP, a weaker USD. Price was able to break through this zone here that have price has been rejected in a couple of times. So price finally broke out of this key zone, which was the major zone. Those are the things we consider. Now from this H4 time frame, what you do now is you can look at it. If you just look at it, you see that we have also a channel here, right? This is like a channel in which price is moving, because if you connect from here, right, like this, you're going to see that price has been rejecting within this channel, right? So if you connect like this, it's going to give you something like this, or you can put like this, all right? But fine, here we have many touches. So if you look at it very well, you are going to realize that you see now that price got rejected once, twice, thrice, four. So you see now, even though price broke out of this zone, it came now and then could not close above that zone there because there was a channel there. Those are the things we want to be paying attention when we are doing our multiple time frame analysis. Now, someone trading just from a smaller time frame will not know. Just watch on, guys, as we move to smaller time frame. Now what we do is we connect like this. Here we have, price, rejecting this zone have acted in the past both as support and resistance, right? And then there is still a possibility that price can pull back to this zone here, right? So we are doing our analysis just, okay, now this zone has been broken, right? As this zone has been broken, it has created this low, and now we have price to come back and mitigate. So we drop further to the smaller time frame. All of the zones that we draw in the bigger time frame, guys, they might not look important now, right? They might not be looking important now, but I tell you, in the future, you are going to see that price move all of a sudden and gets to a particular zone where you just find a sudden trend line which you drew some other time behind, or find a resistance or a support zone which you drew some time ago. You realize that even in a smaller time frame, you just see price reject, and start going backwards. And if you have not done a multiple time frame analysis, you might not know that that's what is happening. All right, now for instance, you see what is happening here now. For someone who traded just based on this time frame, will not understand why price has been rejecting like this. But if you went to the H4 and drew out like this, you would have known that price is rejecting because of this trend line here. So for someone who took a buy trade here, would not have known that there's a potential for price to reject here. But because of multiple time frame analysis, you will know that, okay, this is why it's happening like this. Right, and now as you can see, we have a possibility that price can pull down here and then get to these zones here, reject either in this trend line or come down to this zone below here, and then we get a rejection, right? So for this time now, we have also this zone here that acts as a demand zone, and it has already been mitigated, right? So in a smaller time frame, you can see connect like this, right? So when you connect, this is our trend line zone here, and so if price comes and reach this zone here and get rejected, it will not be a surprise for us to be selling, because at the same time we have this to be a demand zone here, or we have this to be our order block. So we have many confluences that indicates that price comes here, price can come and get rejected here, and then we are going to be looking for entry setups and all of that. So basically, that is how you can do your multiple time frame analysis. You know exactly why price is reversing. You know the zones where price could possibly get to and then get a rejection, right? That's where you're going to be looking for your potential buy trades. And then when you're buying now, you know where to be targeting, because you know that, okay, at this point in time, as price rejects here, if price pulls back and get rejected here, right, and we enter, where should be our next target? Our next target should be this zone above, because this is a bigger time frame demand zone, and at the same time we have a strong trend line which we draw from the bigger time frame that is coming down. So if you are entering now, we want to be targeting this zone there, especially as a swing trader, right? If you enter here, for instance, like this, right, you can even target this zone up here, right? Because you already know from your multiple time frame analysis, this is what is happening, this is what is happening, price is moving like this, these are the key zones in the market, right? So basically that's what we have for Euro US dollar. All right, so this is gold, right? I already did this analysis earlier on, so this is why we are able to connect. This is the H4. If you go to the daily time frame, you are going to see that price actually had very strong up move, price had strong move, and what happened, we had price pulled back and prices consolidated within this pattern. That's how I was able to connect, and this indicates, a demand zone above there, right? So from the H4 time frame, you can see it clearer, right? We have price creating, and you know that from the H4 we had break of structure last week, change of character, and price broke down, came now and consolidated within this. So you see it got rejected, and as time goes on, this pattern become tinier. So the possibility is that if gold break through below here this week, then we are going to be looking for what pullback. So if you go to the H1 time frame, you are going to be seeing that we still have price moving within this channel here. So now for someone based on this can already get what trading opportunities based on this, and then they'll be shorting, maybe targeting these zones below here, right? and then just because you have identified what is happening in the bigger time frame, even if you drop further even to a 15 minutes time frame, let's say you trade based on the 15 minutes time frame, you already know what's happening in the bigger time frame, right? We have a key measure zone here, right? We have a major zone here, and if you look at it very well, you can see that price has rejected here many times, once, twice, thrice, and there's a possibility if it comes up again, it can still get rejected here, right? We already know what's happening in the bigger time frame, so if price pull up here, you can be selling and then waiting for price, to make it to this zone here, hoping that we have a breakout to get more sell setups, right? And then if you look at Great British Pounds, US dollar. So for Great British Pounds, US dollar, right here, if you look at it, we see that even from the H4, we have an uptrending market here, right? And then if you look at it very well, price is also rejected in a particular channel, right? So from this channel here, we can already tell that price can either be moving up or price can either pull down to get rejected below here and then keep going up, right? Because from there we already define our trend. Even if you are trading in the 15 minutes time frame, you know what's happening on the H4. All right, so if you are just entering based on that time frame, you might not have known why price rejected here, because we had price rejecting to this diagonal resistance, which is indicated by a trend line. And then here you can see that, all right, here we have what, a demand zone. So there is a possibility that price can clear off liquidity. You see this build up here, right? And then what happened, price comes down and rejects here, and then we have a possible buy, because we already know what's happening in the bigger time frame, right? Even if you go further to the 15 minutes time frame, all right, you already have your zones marked out. You will not just be limited, right? Okay, you will not just be limited by that. And then you see that here in the 15 minutes, you won't have possibly known that, okay, there is a key level here. For people who wait for price to break down here, if they enter, your stop loss should not be anywhere, or your target should not be more than this zone, because there's a probability that price can get to this zone below here and then it gets rejected like this, right? And then it pulls up, right? So basically that is it, guys. Always do a multiple time frame analysis to know exactly what is happening on all time frames. So thank you so much for watching. If you found the video helpful, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if this is your first time, by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell, so that anytime I post a new video, you are going to get notified. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.